everybody, CW here. All right, let's bed this. We're just bedding this area here. I think I might have enough mixed. Now that I look at it, I think maybe I ought to mix some more, because we're filling this whole area out here and I want it to go out into here. I've already applied one shot to this bottom metal, and I got about 3 or 4 coats on the action. I also got the screw. Don't forget your screws. You got to spray your screws. What we're using is MarineTex. It's pretty stiff. It says putty, but it's a little bit thinner than that, but it hardens like a rock, and you can drill it and tap it and do all kinds of things, and it's very, very stable. This is what I recommend and what I've been using, and I like it for bedding the actions. Now, we used epoxy down on the bottom metal because it's not as important. This is more important. So we got it mixed. We got our release agent applied. We got 60 minutes to work with this. So I'm going to take all this and I'm going to put it in here, leave it away, and then I'm going to mix some more, what I think I need, and then put this thing together. Now, I'm going to put you in speedy mode, so you're not going to be able to hear me talk, but I'm going to attempt to keep it away from the bottom metal there. Just put it out in the corners, because I'm hoping that I get enough in there that when I put this together, it has a chance to sandwich together. Again, remember how this goes together. We got a pocket there, and we've got a little bit of a stud here, and they fit together. So I want this stud to fit in that pocket before the epoxy, the MarineTex, oozes all around and makes a good solid contact. Nothing to putty here. We're only doing the front. I don't think it's going to get back into the action here, although I will, now that I've said that, there is a ledge there for a feed ramp. So let's make sure and get some more of this in here. More is not bad. So we got another coat in there in case it gets that far, but I'm going to take the bolt out, because you shouldn't leave it in. And if in fact it does creep around there, we'll be able to see it and get it before it's a problem. If it gets down in the hole down in there, it's not going to hurt anything. All right, I'm going to put you in speedy mode. And wow, it's hard to hit that bolt when you don't have leverage. There we go. And we'll come right back. All right, I got it out without touching too much. I'm going to spray it again just to be sure. All right, stand by. There we go. I am a little surprised. I don't see any coming out. So there's more space in there than I thought that there was underneath this action. But I got to get the back screw in here. I forgot about that. Let me get the back screw. Screw in there. And now it's a waiting game. Now we just wait. Hopefully everything comes out the way we want it to. I don't see any epoxy coming out of the feed ramp over here. So apparently there was a lot more space down in there than I thought there was. So I hope we've got enough bedding in there, but we're going to find out. All right, this is a pretty quick one. We'll come back in 24 hours when it's done. Good morning, everybody. Let's get some lights on here. Let's see what we're going to find. Did you keep your fingers crossed all night? We are now at 10, it's about 10 o'clock here. I did this at 2 o'clock yesterday, so we are not quite 24 hours. But I think we're far enough because I'm looking at my putty over here, my epoxy over here, and it's good and hard. It's cracking and flaking. That's part of the reason why I like to have the plastic containers kept, because it tells you what your bonding agent is doing. So we should be good. So let's see what happens. Take the back screw out. We may have to use the back screw in the front. I'll show you why. The threads are the same, but the front screw is very short. The back screw is, whoop, I heard it go. Did you hear it go? That means I've got some stress. I still got some stress in my action here. Anyway, the bolts are the same thread, but they're different lengths. So if you take your longer thread and screw it in till it fully engages, so that you're not loading any stresses on your threads, just screw it in until it stops. What you've done is you've now attached this to your action above, and then we can persuade the action out of the stock directly at the bedding, and it just popped right out. And then you just take your screw back out, and you haven't put any twisting forces on anything. You haven't stressed anything out. We just tapped on it. We had good bedding. We shouldn't have had any issues. If we had any resistance, we would have felt it right away. It wouldn't have wanted to go. And the action looks really good. I don't see anything funky there. I'm resistant to turn it over. We're kind of building a suspense here, but everything feels good right here. All right, let's put this down. Drum roll. Do we have a drum roll? I don't have a drum roll sound effect. Look at there. Okay, actually we're pretty good. Better than I thought. I was really thinking I was going to have to do this again, but it's really better than I thought. It did make it back here, and we are good and flat down hard here, which is good. We wanted to make sure of that. And we're touching right there, which is also good. We've got a little bit of flaking here around the piece, and that's okay. We've got a little bit of a void here, but everything else looks really good. This up here, obviously it would have been better if it came forward a little more, but I knew I was not putting a lot in here, so I can do this again and just put putty in here, and I can even use just regular epoxy just in there, just to give you a little bit of support, an inch or so forward. But I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I don't know if this is gonna want to come out so easy. Let's see if we can get our punch and tap that out. Not that it needs to come out, but yep. Right out. There we go. There is our bedding, and I think we did a pretty good job. We'll just pop that off there because that doesn't mean anything. Not doing anything for us. Yeah, would have been nice if we came back up into here, but like I said, we got the important part. We got that lug fully all the way around, really nice. This is where the important part is. Fully supported. I just got to get a little more up in here and we'll be good. And under here, that front part there is where we put the, I put the clay, so we knew it wasn't going to be there, but the rear is what's important. The rear is good. All right, so now we just continue on here. I can refinish some more, finish fitting this, and then move on to bedding that front, and I can finish the rear, and we'll be done. This will be ready for use. All right, everybody, there it was. We got it done. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for hanging out, and thanks for the prayers. I know it was because of you guys that this thing popped right out. So there we go. God bless. CW out.